guest and I just learned yesterday that he will be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame this July. He is the only player ever to win batting titles in 3 decades, 1 season hitting .390. Please welcome Kansas City Royal Hall of Famer and I hope a really good friend of mine, George Brett. I have to change my pants now.
She's cute, isn't she?
She's really, she's all right, you know.
Where's she at?
She's right up there, actually.
There she is, yeah.
She keeps making eyes at me, but, you know.
Hey, she's only human. she's been
Man,
saying,
you're good.
She's been saying she's been thinking about moving to New York. Are you married?
No.
Honey?
This is going to get real uncomfortable real fast.
You like kids? You like kids?
I do love kids, yeah.
How about a 5, 4, and 3-year-old? All boys.
Don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
You want 3 little boys, 5, 4, and 3?
Man, this is getting creepy. I bet you're just walking around Kansas. Come on, who wants some kids? Come on. All kidding aside, though, I did want to say in all sincerity, congratulations. This is a great thing. I don't think people realize not only... Really, this is very cool. Not only were you... Yeah. The sad thing is Pender isn't even from Kansas City and doesn't... No, that's not... This is an emotional day for him. He's a huge fan. And he's fired after today. But, no, people don't realize the Hall of Fame judges, the sports writers, they're notoriously picky. Joe DiMaggio didn't get in his first attempt. This is your first time around, and I think the voting margin was something like 98% or something, which is unheard of. So you got to feel great.
Well, I was really shocked. The Hall of Fame had talked to my wife, and they said to expect a call around 11 o'clock. A lot of people call my wife for some reason. But they said, have George be by the phone at 11 o'clock. We got a feeling we'll be calling him. So about 10 to 11, she says, you better go sit by your desk and answer the phone. So I go there about 11 o'clock or 10 to 11, and I'm sitting there and had some friends in my study with me, and next thing you know, the phone rings, and my heart skips a beat, and I get all nervous, and I pick it up, and it's some guy I know. Hey, have they called you yet? And I'm going, no. They might be calling any minute, so I'm going to be brief and hang up.
Do you have call waiting?
Yes. Yes. The funny thing is...
Because I would get call waiting for that phone call.
The funny thing is, the phone people were at our house the day before our phone went out of service.
See, that would be very frightening.
Yes. And we had 4 inches of snow on the ground, and they're digging holes under my driveway trying to get the lines back in the house.
So what guy is calling you at 11? I mean, that must be that's an annoying guy. You know, who's just...
Have you heard yet?
Yeah. Hey, it's raining out. Is it going to rain for long, do you think?
So then I'm just sitting there, and I'm getting a little nervous, and the phone rings about 11:15, and it's somebody else. Have they called you yet? And I'm going, no, they haven't. I got to go. 12 o'clock comes. I'm going, well, they might not be calling. I said, we might be back here next year waiting for this phone call. And then I got the call at 12:20, and I was really obviously happy, but shocked when they told me I got 98% of the votes.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's an amazing career. It's an amazing career. And I was thinking about you today, and I was realizing that for a player of your stature, most players of your stature have a nickname. You know, there's someone like the Sultan, the Swat, or the Georgia Peach, or the Splendid Splinter.
Right.
And did you have a nickname? I was thinking, wait a minute, I don't think George Brett ever had, like, a famous nickname.
Well, I had a nickname that my oldest brother, John, gave me as a youngster. I used to watch a lot of cartoons as a kid, Looney Tunes cartoons, so he called me Looney Tunes. And then that became Looney, and then that became Lou. And a lot of my teammates and close friends still call me Lou. They don't call me George.
But if you're going to be in the Hall of Fame now, you need a baseball nickname.
Well, what would be a good one?
Mr. Bat. Senor, so long, it's out of here.
Well, what do you think?
I think those are all very good.
You're funny.
There's an electric shocker right here. He gets out of line.
Just please, God, make him unhappy.
Now, let's talk about, this is a little bit of a sour note, but you never, you know, this show was done out of New York. You never loved Yankee fans. Is that true?
Well, I don't think they love me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they were rude. They're rude here.
They're not rude. Oh, go on.
I don't
Sometimes they raise their voice a little.
Yeah, and
but it's only to say things
they
like,
yell
you could do
obscenities
better.
at you, they yell and scream obscenities at you.
No.
Oh, man.
Your
know
uniform is ill-fitting.
Yeah, right. I don't know many places when you walk out of the locker room after the game and you walk through all the corridors underneath Yankee Stadium and then you come up and there's police barricades to get you to the bus. In most cities you go to,
that's
you
to
just
make
walk
sure
to the
you
bus.
can find the bus. I think we have the nicest fans in the game here in New York.
Well, they were...
Really, gentlemen all.
It's funny, they were never nice to me when I was in town playing, and since I've been retired, I've been to Atlantic City twice, and I've run into people from New York, and they always say, man, you're such a nice guy.
Do they ever come up to you and go like, hey, 1982, I screamed, you suck.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
That threw the bottle and hit you on this side of the head? That was me and my mom.
Right.
We did it. You know, you hit 390. I guess the last, or the goal that everyone has, 400. The last man to hit 400, Ted Williams, who, of course, played for the Red Sox. And I was a huge Ted Williams fanatic when I was growing up. And you hit 390. Were you aware when you were hitting it at the time that, well, if I get 390, I'll someday get to meet Ted Williams? You know what I mean? I get to meet this guy.
No, I never met him until about 2 years ago.
Did he call you up or anything the year you hit 390?
No. Offered some advice through newspaper articles and things. What would you do if you were George? And, you know, but there was a lot more, I think, pressure on me than there was Ted, because people had done it prior to 1941, recently, you know?
Right.
And no one had done it since 1941. And now we had ESPN and we had the media coverage was a lot more. And the last 6 weeks of the season, I mean, I had to have a press conference. It was much like Mark McGwire with the home run chase.
Right.
I think in last year, Mark McGwire, the intensity of the media was a lot more than what I went through in 1980. But
did you finally meet Ted Williams?
I met him 2 years ago in Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville Slugger, the bat company the bat I used for 20 years in the big leagues. They opened their museum and their new plant in downtown Louisville, and they invited a bunch of their loyal hitters to come down, and I had a chance to meet him. And it was funny, Ted is such a scientist on hitting. I mean, he has us down to a science.
Yeah.
And he and Ernie Banks are talking as I'm walking by, and he gives Ernie a true and false question. He says, Ernie, true or false? And I'm kind of listening as I'm walking by, and he asks Ernie this question, and Ernie says, true. He says, Ernie, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. He says, George, true or false question? And he didn't know I heard this answer.
Right.
You know? So he asked me the question, and I just answered the opposite of Ernie, and Ted thought I knew what I was talking about.
You're a genius,
He
kid.
said, I liked you as a hitter.
Well, that famous incident, you know, you got to bring it up, the pine tar incident,
Right.
which is always going to be with you. This is, what year was this happening? Was
That
this
was 1983.
83.
Here in New York.
Okay, you had an incident, and just set it up for us a little bit, in case anybody forgot, but I don't think they did. It wasn't even a playoff game.
No, it was July.
It was
in
July.
It was a
And you hit
meaningless game in July.
You hit a home run off of...
Goose Gossage.
Which is a very hard thing to do.
Yes, very hard. He was one of the best relief pitchers in the game for many years.
And suddenly Billy Martin says, no, it doesn't count.
Well, I'm running around the bases and patting myself on the back and feeling pretty good about what I just accomplished. And I touch home plate, and I'm starting to go to the dugout. And the next thing I know, Billy's out there arguing with the umpire that my bat was illegal. And so the umpires go out and they have a big meeting behind the pitcher's mound, bring the bat back to home plate, drop the bat down, and I'm going, what the hell are they doing there?
Right.
And the next thing you know, the umpire looks over and calls me out for using too much pine tar. There's a rule in baseball that you can only use pine tar 18 inches from the bottom of your bat to the top.
Right.
And mine went 23.
Right.
So I was 5 inches off.
Right.
And so I ran out and just tried to question the umpire on why he called me out.
Yeah, we have a photo of you questioning the umpire. There it is. Sort of.
You see what made that so
Those
bad?
Yankee fans are barbaric, aren't they? But you've seen a therapist since then. You're fine. Everything's cool. You know, there's really nothing more to say except we're all really happy for you. I think everyone felt really great about this.
Yeah,
and,
I was obviously very, very excited. I knew Nolan Ryan was going to go in, and the guy I played against for 20 years, Robin Yount, also got in. And Robin, of all the guys that I played against for 20 years, he was the guy I enjoyed playing against the most. And I'm just happy for all three of us.
Well, congratulations, and come back, visit us again sometime.
I'd love to.
And bring the missus. George take a break. We'll be right back. All right, folks, that is our show for the evening. I want to thank all my guests. Stay tuned for later. They're showing SCTV. It's some cool stuff. Check it out. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.